side by side. There we go. Okay, cool. Hello, my dance friends, and welcome to my channel. Today, I get to chat with Kamrah Raqs. Kamrah is an extremely talented and adored trans-masculine fusion and Menat and Raqs Sharqi inspired dancer based out of Chicago who teaches and performs all over the country. A master in stage presence, he's a regular performer with Raks Geek, a performance group specializing in cosplay themes with dance and fire. Kamrah inspires audiences who are expecting a more traditional style performance based in regional dance or music to audiences seeking something a little more along the lines of dark fusion. Kamrah is a very patient, knowledgeable, and kind instructor and helps students of all levels really hone their skill, technique, and individualistic movement. His student belly dance troupe, Ahsena, performs regularly when it's not a pandemic. I'm a big fan of Kamrahs, and I'm so thrilled to visit one-on-one today as we chat about how Kamrah got into dance, specifically Menat-inspired fusion dance, how his dance stylization has evolved over time, and how he creates those unique characters and choreographies based on themes. If you haven't seen Kamrah perform before, please check it out. Not only does he command the stage, but you get a real sense of the character development throughout his movement, through his music, through his costuming. So without further ado, here's Kamrah. Hi, Kamrah.
Hi.
It's so awesome to get to chat with you today. Thanks for taking the time to visit with me and tell me all about the awesome dance things you are up to.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna jump right in. I would love to know how you got into Menat-inspired fusion dance. Can you tell us about your dance story?
Back when I was in college, I actually needed an exercise program. I was suffering through a lot of health issues, and so I needed to really get into some exercise, and I hated going to the gym. I just hated it. I still hate it. It's not my favorite thing to do. And a friend of mine, this is how long ago it was, we went to the Discovery Channel store and I bought a bunch of VHS tapes. That was Veena and Nina, the belly dance twins.
Totally remember Veena and Nina.
So I got a bunch of their tapes and started on those. And I found out I was really good at it and I enjoyed it and it was fun. So when I moved from Louisiana to Arizona, I started taking classes. I just thought it was like this weird hobby that I did. Like I wasn't interested in performing. I didn't want to be in a dress. I hated makeup. You want me to do what with my hair? Eventually though, I just got really into it, and then I was invited into the performance troupe. So I started in Raks Sharqi. It was technically what we sometimes call American cabaret. So it was that style of Raks Sharqi. I found fusion by, I don't even know who it was, but somebody in my hearing said the words gothic belly dance. And I was like, excuse me? What? This is a thing? I went online and I Googled gothic belly dance. Sorry, my cat she's gonna crawl into my lap. This is Lena. So I found Asherah, who now goes by Abby, and Tempest and Ariella. I found a bunch of their videos and bought all their DVDs, and that was kind of how I found fusion.
How do you feel your dance stylization and aesthetic has evolved more recently? Do you feel like you're more interested in exploring the dark fusion path of dance?
In terms of fusion, my first love was the more traditional styles of what we call belly dance, Raks Sharqi. So I still do those and I still love those. And a lot of people don't know that about me because I'm most known for my fusion, but my first love was still Raks Sharqi and I still enjoy it. I love doing drum solos, and melody progressions are just, like some of the music is so beautiful. When I first started doing fusion, I didn't really have a teacher, so I would just do the movements that I knew, the Raks Sharqi stylings that I knew, to Western music that I really liked. And that tended to be, kind of like heavy metal and goth type music in the beginning. And then that was kind of when the whole gothic fusion thing just went and everything was Indian fusion. And then we were getting to like Balinese and all that. And it's beautiful, but it didn't really inspire me the way that a lot of gothic music stuff did. So I kind of didn't do a lot of the gothic belly dance type stuff for a while because that wasn't the in thing. I took that time to kind of learn more what I call like core fusion fusion. So, you know, what a lot of people teach, where it's that kind of like mishmash of modern and hip hop and Raqs Sharqi movements. So I just focused on learning that and then learning Fat Chance belly dance style, because at the time we were calling ourselves tribal fusion. And so I was like, well, I don't know the tribal aspect of that at all, so maybe I should learn that. So I learned that stylization. And then now like the Gothic stuff is kind of like coming back a little bit. So I'm getting back into that a little bit more, even though my interest in that has never waned. It's just, I didn't do a lot of it because that wasn't what I was hired for.
I love getting to see your dark fusion because it's like a whole new Kamrah I get to fangirl over. This is amazing. I'm super inspired by the way you create your characters. You have such a presence on stage, and I would love to know if you have a certain process you go through for creating your solo choreographies that really seem to revolve around a specific character or theme or emotion that you're giving to the audience.
So it does depend kind of on the character that I'm working with. So I do a lot of stuff with Raks Geek, which is the geeky belly dance troupe that I'm with. We do belly dance and fire. And usually that starts from a character, you know, from a video game or from a movie that I really like. And then I try to find a song that goes with it. And actually a lot of what I do is improv. So way back in the beginning, before I really had a teacher in fusion, I didn't really know what I was doing. And so I would just improv stuff because I didn't have choreographies. I didn't really know how to put together a choreography. And then I also danced in restaurants before my transition. And so improv was kind of what you did. And so I'm a very, very strong improv artist. Almost everything that you see, unless it's like a drum solo or a duet or something like that, probably 99% of the time, it's improv. I use the music to kind of carry me through with that character. I've worked with some dancers who do a lot of acting sort of stuff. So Mira Betts does some of that, and like her workshops are like you're running around and she's having you do all these strange things and you have no idea what it is that you're doing, but then all of a sudden it'll click. Like 2 weeks later you go, wait, oh, okay, that's what she was having us do. Her workshops are great. Not many people know this about me, but I actually was interested in acting and did some theater type stuff way back in high school. And even before then, I did a class called Drama Text, and we put on like all these plays and stuff like that. So I have some of that character development experience from my past. And so I use a lot of those exercises from that to create characters and to develop that emotion that I'm trying to portray on stage. Probably my most infamous piece is my Silent Hill nurse. It's super creepy. People like absolutely love it, but they're terrified of it. It's a really, really cool piece. I'm really actually quite proud of that. That was one of my first fusions ever. What I did was I did a movement study. So I saw like all the movies and video games that featured the nurse, and I studied, you know, what was the posture? What did they do when they were still? What did they do when they were moving? How did their body move, you know, upper body move in relationships to their lower body? And then I was like, okay, now I have this vocabulary of nurse movements. Now what can I do to put belly dance movements on top of that and then create that fusion? It's super creepy and really fun. And then I actually transferred that over. Now I don't really do the nurse anymore. I now do pyramid head with a sword. So all of that just kind of comes together to create this character that I'm working with for that particular piece.
Could you tell us a little bit about your current online classes?
Absolutely. Currently my classes are on Monday nights. I have an intermediate to advanced fusion drills class, and then my beginner class is right after that. So the intermediate advanced drills is at 6:30 Central Time on Monday nights, and then the beginner, so that's like basic, you've never taken a dance class in your life, that's at 7:45 Central Time. Every month I have my cardio class, and I call it like No Think Just Dance, because I call the combo out. You don't have to remember it unless you're like into trying to memorize it while you're suffering through a cardio class. It's totally high intensity interval training based. It's not precisely hit, but it's based off of that sort of. And it's just an hour of cardio. I don't break stuff down. We're not going to stop. And it's just move, 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 move. I do that the first Saturday of every month at noon. I also have my Patreon, which had been on vacation for January, but it's coming back for February and March. Hopefully everything's going to be okay for that. You can still join even if it's on vacation, and you get access to all the videos. And so I have videos, I have makeup tutorials, I have mini mini classes. I have drills classes, blog posts. I do all sorts of stuff for my Patreon. I will be starting filming soon to do some free YouTube tutorials, and then eventually that's going to morph into a more online class setup so that people can take on-demand classes. So that's in the works.
Well, thank you so much, Kamrah, for visiting today. It was an absolute pleasure to get to chat with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yay.
Bye. That's it, guys. I'm linking all of Kamrah's information on online classes, workshops, performances, bookings in the description box below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so that I can continue to make more videos like this for you. Thanks so much, guys.
And there's cat hair. It was like this little piece of cat hair, just like.